You already run 3 tabs to launch one ad. One to spy on competitors, one to write the brief, one to actually make the creative. Atria says it does all 3 in one place in one tool. So today I'm putting that claim through a real working day. Quick context first. Atria is an ad intelligence tool built for Meta and TikTok marketers. At its heart is a 25 million ad competitor library, wired into an AI engine that researches, briefs, and builds your static creative. I'm Drew, and this is the channel where we actually test the tools so you don't lose money learning the hard way. I'll show you the 3 things Atria does really well, and then, just as honestly, where it gets in your way. The learning curve nobody warns you about, the video output you still can't ship, and the cheap plan that's quietly the wrong door for most people. Start with the big one. This is the whole reason you'd pay for it. The library holds 25 million live ads from Meta and TikTok, and here's the part that matters. They stay saved even after the advertiser deletes them. So I open Discovery, and I'm looking at exactly what's running in my category right now. I can filter down to one platform, one format, one industry in a couple of clicks. These are the winners running right now, ranked for me. This is your competitor research, already sitting in the same tool as everything else you're about to do. Now I click into one ad, and here's where the engine does the real work. Atria has already pulled this thing apart for me. It tells me why this ad works, not just that it's running. It has tagged the hook, the angle, the call to action, all of it. So I'm not staring at a screenshot guessing. I'm reading the structure. And from right here, I hit clone, and that competitor's winner becomes the starting brief for my own static variants. Find it, understand it, build off it. No tool switch, no copy-paste between 3 apps. That loop right there is the whole pitch. Research, analyze, generate, all sharing one set of data. And it's not just a nice idea. The number of people who use it report is 30 to 40% less time on creative research. One reviewer put it at under 4 hours per client, from blank page to a finished brief. That's real time back in your week. The second thing it does well is search. And this one's sneaky good. Most ad spy tools make you search by a brand name or a keyword. Atria lets you search by the angle, by the actual message you have in mind. So I type the kind of pitch I'm thinking about, not a company, and it ranks the best matches across the entire library. Reviewers consistently pull more results here than they do on Foreplay for the same search. That sounds small. In practice, it's the difference between finding one reference and finding 10 on the morning you actually need them. And the third strength is the one that maps straight onto your pre-launch routine. Before you spend a single dollar, you want a real read on a competitor. So watch what this does in about 10 seconds. I pull up a tracked competitor, and Atria breaks their entire strategy down on one screen. Who they target, the selling points they keep leaning on, the emotions they push, the themes across every ad they run. Then I drop one level deeper into their angles and their hooks, the exact opening lines they use, pulled out and sorted for me. This is the work that used to mean an afternoon of scrolling the ad library by hand. Here, it's a screen I read in 2 minutes, and I can borrow the structure for my own brief in the next click. So those are 3 real wins, and notice they all feed the same loop. Find the winner, read why it works, build your own version. Now, let me be just as straight with you about where it gets in your way. First problem, and it's the one that actually costs people money. The cheap plan is a trap. Core is $129 a month, and it gets you the library to browse. But the brain, the weekly insights, the hook tagging, the proactive analysis you watched in the demo, all of that is locked behind Plus. And Plus jumps to $479 a month. So the version that actually thinks for you costs almost 4 times the version most people sign up for. And let me put a real number on that gap, because it is the whole trap. The step from Core to Plus is about $4,200 a year. People sign up for Core, hit that wall in week 1, and feel misled. So here's the honest move. If any part of your week is the question, what's working in my category, you just start on Plus. Treat Core as a swipe file, nothing more, and you won't get burned. The second rough edge is about what Atria makes, not what it charges. On static and carousel creative, the output is genuinely strong. You set up the brand profile once, fill in the basics, and from there, it generates static variants you can actually put to work. But the video is just not there yet, and that's the part you have to watch. The people using it report the AI video underperforms a human-edited control by 30 to 50% on click-through. So you ship it, it quietly drags your test, and you lose a week of learning. What you actually do is keep Atria for static and research, and pair a dedicated video tool for the moving stuff. Now, the third one, coverage. Look at the platform filter for a second. It is Meta and TikTok. That is the entire world inside this tool. No Google, no LinkedIn, no YouTube, no Pinterest. And the library skews hard toward direct-to-consumer brands. Track a big consumer name and you'll pull 50 to 200 ads. So if that is your lane, the coverage is deep. But track a mid-market business-to-business player and you might get a handful. The AI insight thins out with it. The honest fix is simple. Treat Atria as your Meta and TikTok piece. Cross-reference the LinkedIn and Google ad libraries for the rest. None of those 3 are deal breakers. They're the real shape of what you're buying. So let me show you a working day. Let me run the one job this whole tool exists for. A pre-launch competitor sweep, start to finish. Say I'm about to launch in skincare, and I want to study the brand's smile set before I spend anything. I open Discovery and filter to meta, active, video format. And there it is, a winner running right now near the top. I can keep narrowing, by theme, by the exact angle I care about, until I'm only looking at the ads that matter for my launch. I save the top 3 winners straight to a board. That's my swipe file for this one launch, organized in a single place. And notice what I have not done. I have not left the app. The thing I'd normally do across 2 or 3 tools is one screen here, already feeding the next step. Now I hand that board to Raya, the AI agent, and I ask it to clone the top performers. Raya launched this year, and it's trained on over $5 billion of real ad spend. It reads my saved winners, pulls the angle apart, and hands me back a brief and a set of static variants, already tagged. That's the payoff. I went from a blank tab to a ready brief in one sitting, and every piece traces back to a real ad that's working right now. Now let me be honest about the ramp. It's not instant. Connecting your ad account the first time takes maybe 15 minutes. Raya's pass runs a couple of minutes, and the tool itself is a beast. There's a lot in here, so plan an afternoon in the trial before you judge it. And know this up front. The browser extension is the rough edge of the whole thing. Push past that first day, and it gets fast. Already decided this is worth a look? The link's in the description. operatorreviews.com/Atria. It drops you onto the 7-day trial. You can run one real sweep before you pay anything. Go open it right now. Pick a competitor you care about. Save a couple of their winners. Clone one. That single loop, run with your own brand, tells you more than any review can. It's the fastest way to know if this fits how you work. So, a quick pricing call. The way I'd actually decide it. Core, at $129 a month, is the swipe file. Skip it, unless all you genuinely want is the library with none of the insights. Plus, at $479 is the real tool. That's where almost anyone running serious Meta and TikTok spend is going to land. And business, at $959 a month, is only worth it once you've outgrown Plus, past 10 ad accounts or 8 brand profiles. For most people watching, the whole decision is just Core versus Plus, and Plus is the answer. So Atria is not the only game in town, and the honest framing is that these tools aren't better or worse. They're built for different lanes. AdCreative.ai is the cross-platform pick. Google, LinkedIn, display, not just Meta, and it puts a score on every creative, 0 to 100. Professional runs about $99 a month, against Atria Plus near $269. So it's cheaper and broader, if breadth is what you need. Then there's Foreplay. It's the deepest tagged ad archive in the category, around $49 a month. It's built for a team that already has a creative producer. The lane line is simple. Foreplay cannot turn saved ads into new creative. Atria can. And Arc Ads fills the one slot Atria is weak on, the video. It's an AI actor video tool, about $220 a month. You pair it with Atria. You don't replace one with the other. So who is this actually for? What decides it is your channel mix, not the price? And the honest answer is that almost everyone running Meta and TikTok performance lands in the same place. The solo marketer running their own creative and the small agency carrying a few clients both go to Plus. That's the buy, full stop. The selling point is that one loop, research to finished brief, in one tool, and at that spend level, it pays for itself fast. The one real exception is the cross-platform or video-first crowd. If your spend lives on Google and LinkedIn, this is the wrong lane. Same if your whole game is video. You're better off in a different category of tool. The full breakdown by buyer type is right here on screen. So here's the move I'd make. Open the link in the description, operatorreviews.com/Atria, and start that 7-day trial. But don't just click around the dashboard and call it a day. Run one real competitor sweep, the exact loop I just walked you through. Find a winner and clone it. Do that once with a brand you actually care about, and you'll know in an afternoon instead of waiting a whole billing cycle to find out. That's the honest test. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.